Well, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and to all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. And oh my God. Oh, I have mentioned before, there is the science fiction writer, hard science fiction writer, Larry Niven, who was very active back in like the 70s and such like that. But one of the things he had coined, it wasn't a new observation, but the way he phrased it was the perversity of the inanimate tends towards the maximum. If something can go wrong, it will. And oh my God, life has just been a series of that didn't have to happen, but it did, and it just made things horrific. You can't see them now, but if you look back on the thumbnails of all my previous vlogging stuff, I have the Christmas lights on the curtains back behind my tablet where I'm recording. I could have spent an hour trying to hook the lights on my walker the way that it just happened naturally with no effort on my part. But because it did that, it pulled 2 strings of lights off of the whole set. Which means now, because it just yanked the wires out of one of the lights, that's a fire risk, so I gotta replace the whole thing. When I was trying to pull the light out of my walker, it took time. It was wedged in there so hard, I thought it was going to break the plastic trying to get it out. I couldn't have done that if I had spent an hour working on it. And yet, just by moving my walker, it happened. Perversity of the inanimate. And it's all that stuff. You've seen it. You try to pick stuff up, but the effort of you trying to pick it up pushes it away. So by trying to pick it up, what happened was the thing that you were trying to avoid happening by trying to pick it up. So life is fun, isn't it? But still, that's joyous. Now, yesterday we had a community meeting. Once a month we have resident community meeting in the community center. Like an oak tree in a windstorm that is fine until it's not fine, I was fine for 2/3 of it. Until I wasn't fine. And then my social anxieties went, and I just, it was bad. So I was told, I could leave. The bulk of the important stuff that we were going through was done, and I walked around the courtyard in our place here before I could even come into here. I was so much adrenaline, I was ready to jump out of my skin. And even at that, I was here less than an hour. I had to get out. I didn't walk. I race walked to the library. I didn't just race walk through the path in the woods. That is not good at the best of times, but now, during this period of time, is covered in decaying and slick, wet plant matter, and I was damn near running through it, having to constantly slow myself down. Got to the library, did some printing, because hey, I need a reason to do something even if I'm feeling anxious, and then came back. Again, I was running at some point. I found myself, I ran. Oh, that was fun. One of my little end tables just fell with no provocation on my part and slammed against the table that I'm recording on. I'm gonna have to pick that up when I'm done. But I ran down this incline and then a bridge over the water. I went bam, bam, tried to stop and slid. And if I hadn't come to a stop after 6 inches, would have hit that bridge flat. Pow! So I tried this harder to slow down and didn't find myself running as hard. Well, what I call a run. I race walk, so it was a light jog, but I don't do that. Number one, running isn't good for your joints. Number two, running at my age with all of my issues, not good. Number three, running in a forest. So it was fun. 3/4 of the way through the trip, I was still great. I had so much adrenaline. I was still running just at 90 miles an hour. Until I wasn't. Like that. All of a sudden, I burned through all of my adrenaline. And I was done. And I was still on the path. So I had to keep pushing and pushing hard so I could get up, out, and here. So yesterday was great. I mean, I want to be a part of the community. I thanked them. I said, when she said you can leave, I said, I'm glad I was here because I'm glad I was there. You know, information. We do have a bungalow inspection coming up on this Tuesday, the 6th, which I think it's the Tuesday. But the biggest focus is going to be on making sure the infrastructure works. You know, the pipes are working, there's no leaks, there's no this, that, and the other, which is good. These floors, it is just flat sheetrock. In the community center, where they have the seams, they've got like this putty that they've got in there that is dried and made the seams. There's none of that. Where I have a seam here on the sheetrock, I've swept stuff and it just goes whoop into the crack and down underneath the bungalow. So I hope it's not going to attract anything if there's organic stuff that fell through there. I gotta see if maybe I can get that puttied over, because running over it with this chair, because the chair is right next to the seam, some of the edges have broken off. Not big, but it's happened. And then the best part of it, because it's sheetrocking, I don't know what the cover is. It's not paper, because where I sit and roll my chair, the cover has cracked. So it's not a paper or anything like that. And it has brush strokes in it. So the brush strokes tell me it's a painted cover? And even on the edges of the sheetrock, where the edges are broken, nothing is attached. It's still just bits of sheetrock with the cover of the floor on the top part of it. And because there are brush marks and such, that means in the floor there are waves, which means when I mop and clean the floor, it gets the upper part of it, and anything that falls down below, it's stuck there. It's gonna be lines, unless I bought some of those magic eraser things, the cheap store brand kind, instead of the more high quality, paying for the name brand stuff. But I got some of those, and I got some Swiffer stuff to try and get it as good as I can, but this stuff is awful. I can't be the only one that's having troubles with this. This is a standard floor in all the bungalows, so yay. And I can move around pretty good compared to some of these other people that are here. So I don't know what's happening on the inside. Luckily, I wanted to just do a quick, right in the middle of my vlogging, show you what I've been doing with Canva. And because Canva, I've learned how to do some things, and some things are still awful and irritating. Here's a whole bunch of my projects inside of Canva. If we come over here, I mean, this can show that I've shown the game The Drifter, but here's the whole map that I can now play it just in Canva. And so that's a good thing. So thumbs up on that. And then there's like this page. This shows how irritating Canva can be. Because when I load in all of the D100 dungeon stuff, it loads in as one gigantic image. So I have to take that image and crop it down to each individual one on each individual one of these. So, oh boy. Yeah, that's being fun, especially with my nerve compression, and it's going to continue being fun. What we have here, though, is this is a game, and I have gone through, I've pre-marked in these text boxes, because you have to roll dice and put in information. I've put in this here. I have put in each of these on both of these pages, because this is 2 games. And down here, because you have to move in a specific way, I have these. So thumbs up on that. So what I'm hoping to do with all of these things, because you move these circles onto circles, and you move these squares onto squares, and then these images, of which I still have to crop down, you mark and you move in specific shapes and sizes. So yeah, it's going to be pretty cool, and I'm hoping to get that done later today after vlogging. So thumbs up, thank you. And I am learning how to use Canva a lot, and I'm hoping to use it quite a bit for all of the online game playing stuff. Digital, not online. Because you can get this, you can go onto Canva, and you can do exactly what I've done. This is the free one. This isn't Canva Pro. This is free. So yeah, I'm going to use an online dice roller, and we're going to play some Doom Realm. So thumbs up, back to my regular vlogging. Thank you, take care, have a very, very good day. Drywalling is easy to replace, which is good, because this is all just cheap drywall. And the thing that I'm bugged by, back behind the sink, there's no plastic backing. There is the silicone that goes between the sink and the drywall, but it's drywall. It's not plastic backing to protect the drywall, it's just drywall. So if that silicone ever comes a little bit loose, water is going to go right into the drywall. And anything that may splash upward, because there's a sink with water splashing where you wash your hands and stuff, is going to go right onto the drywall. So, but, I do have a thing that I recorded of about 3 minutes where I showed in Canva some of the things that I am doing. Now, some of the things are pretty easy, some of them not. I've been able to make up character sheets, and I'm getting better at doing things in Canva. Some of the things, there's not much I can do. I loaded in the map sections from D100 Dungeon. It's on section M. That's section M. I don't know what I was doing with my hand for maps in the D100 Dungeon book. When you load that in as a PDF, it loads that in as one big image. And you can't copy and paste bits and pieces. You have to copy and paste the whole picture and then crop down to what you want. There are like 100 individual pieces on the map, which means I had to make 100 copies of the map page, and I'm having to go down through and individually move and crop that entire thing so it's just one map piece, and then go on to the next huge one and bring it down to just one map piece for 100 pieces. So some things don't work out all that well and are painful and awful, and some things are pretty cool, so thumbs up on that. Now again, yesterday didn't do much. I was doing things to get ready for the afternoon, did some stuff. It was just, you know, like walking to Walmart. And then we had the community meeting, and then I had to burn off energy, and then I just basically watched videos and pottered about. Hey, thumbs up for pottering about. And so today I'm going to be taking it easy, but I still have to go to Walmart and purchase some stuff. Thing that irritates me, I wanted to go online. First I checked Amazon because I'm an awful person to look for some more Final Girl, because I want to pick up a Final Girl feature film installation each paycheck. But went to Amazon, and everything that I want is unavailable. Go to the Van Ryder website, and the things that I want are unavailable. So it's gonna be a while. I want to get all of the season 1 stuff first, and then get season 2. Well, I couldn't get any of the season 1 stuff because Amazon and Van Ryder saying nah. So I was like, okay, I'll get the Alien/Aliens version, where you're on a spaceship and you've got a xenomorph after you. And that one was unavailable. It's like, oh my God, somebody is just dedicated to not getting my money. So yay. But I've been thinking of still my various settings and characters and situations, thinking about cosmic horror and all of the various, the multiverses and more. So I'm not giving up. I haven't stopped. I am just, unfortunately, as much as I am settled down, I have so much other stuff that's just beating up my head from the inside. Largely my health, a huge one. Health, I may be fine. I mean, my mother lived to 74. My biological father lived to 81. That could be good, but I do have pains and stuff that could be bad on the inside of my body. And even back before I turned 60, when I was in my mid-50s, there were people that weren't that much older than me that were dying in their mid-60s, which I felt good about, being mid-50s coming up to my 60s. Now, here's a story. When I was younger, first getting into the Air Force, 20 years old, having grown up on AD&D and D&D and then AD&D, and the first editions of the player's handbooks and stuff, I was interested in everything about that. And there was a company, Judges Guild, and there were new artists and writers, and there was this one person that I'm only going to use their last name for now, because in 2011 they transitioned to become Janelle Jacques. But Jacques was a very important person in the hobby. The company Judges Guild, I thought Jacques was Judges Guild. They were so prolific at writing and art. So they were a very, very influential, if long time ago, part of my youth and a part of the hobby that even though I do the solo stuff and can't really do with groups anymore, I still love. And at 67, Janelle Jacques died. I'm 61. I love Encroaching Mortality. I love the idea of just kicking off here soon. We're all gonna do it. Born to die. Luckily, it'll just hurt for a very relatively short period of time, and then, ending of metabolic processes. So, can't feel pain if you don't got a brain. So, yeah, it's more and more people that were my contemporaries kicking off all around me. And yeah, any one of us could die at any time. I mean, there's no guarantees for anything. I'm amazed I'm alive now. Very grateful to be alive, but amazed. I should have died from my alcoholism. I have been almost hit and killed by cars. I have almost fallen off of cliffs. A lot of stuff has happened, and this is just in the past 25 years. And I should not have been here from the year 2000 on, but again, very grateful that I am. When I told my parents that I needed to go to rehab for my alcoholism, and I blew a .545 on the breathalyzer. It's 0.0, gosh darn it, the numbers. Yeah, 1, you're not doing good. Point 2, you're really drunk. Point 3, you're usually unconscious, or on point 4, you're likely dead. Point 5, they usually don't even bother checking you, but the only way to find out if you got a point 5 is to check you. Generally, you're not alive when you get close to point 5, and I blew a point 545, and I remember that night. I should not have lived through all that. I have a fatty and fibrous liver, and I would never know it. I look great, my liver metabolizes everything, I feel great, I have energy because your liver stores, I think it's glycogen, it's not glucagon, so yeah, it must be glycogen, so that you have energy when you don't eat, and yeah, it works fine, it does that. So, yeah, I'm very grateful to be alive. I'm very grateful that my body is doing so. I hope to live as long as my biological father, but yeah, it'd be nice. So, if you are a Patreon patron, thumbs up, thank you much. I'm going to be getting your names up here again soon. That really hurts all the way from my fingers up to my shoulder, just turning my hand semi-properly, because I have to really twist my elbow inward to be able to move my arm flat. I really mess my arm up constantly through disuse. Yay! When I say disuse, it's just using it to use my mouse primarily. You gotta do more than that. Use it or lose it. So thumbs up and thank you much. It is appreciated. Very soon I'm going to have your names up here, and I'm going to be recording something today, so that's a good thing. Yay! And for everybody that leaves me comments, thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated. I try my best to answer as many as I can, but with all this going on, I try to answer as many as I can in comments, video, but with my ADHD, I'm lucky if I remember anything at all. But remember this, whoever you are, I do read and appreciate each and every one. So hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done. Hopefully I can get done the things that I can get done. And it's hot and spicy right through here. So, ooh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I need to be careful. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is indeed a very, very good thing. I have my stylus in hand, and hey, if you watched this far, masking tape is delicious in the comments. I eat masking tape on the daily. I do not eat masking tape. But still, thumbs up, thank you much, you take care, and I will see you on the flip side.